Hit that like button, just like Tyson.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do. Flip out!
What's that word? What's that word, family?
Pressure.
Man, we back, man. We applying pressure. It's all the black media, all the white media, all the fake news, because that's what we here to do. You feel me? Tonight, we got special guests. We got special guests in the building, and they about to do their thing. You feel me? Hey, look. One thing I like to do, I like to get down. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't getting down, you might be in the wrong podcast. You might be in the wrong place to be. Because right now I got my homeboy Crazy the Don and the best rapper coming out of Chicago, Chirac, my homeboy Nutty. You know what I'm saying? We right here. We finna do our damn thing. We finna tell y'all the real business, man. We got a serious story going on tonight, man. It's a lot of people asking questions about a 16-year-old black girl found dead in the Boston suburbs. Guess what, man? She was found hanging from a tree. How many black girls y'all know do that type of shit, man? You know, I'm going to say this, though. Before we start the show, I'm going to say this. This black girl was bullied consistently every day, all the time. In fact, the day they found her body hanging from the tree, this young female was bullied. She was attacked and jumped on by a group of girls from her neighborhood. But a lot of people are saying this does not sound like a black person to hang themselves by a tree. It would have been different if it would have been a hanging in a house or something a little bit more similar, but to be a hanging from a tree got a lot of people thinking that it's time for us to investigate just a little bit more and find out what's going on with this situation. Now today I got in the house my homeboy Crazy the Don, and like I said, the rapper Nutty from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know all my everyday fans, they know exactly who you guys are, but to the new fans that's joining in on the show today and trying to check the show out, I need y'all to explain who you are and what's your purpose on this platform. Thank you. Nutty, you can start first.
Okay. I'm Nutty. Y'all know. 108. Wabash, Wentworth. Worldwide. I can't even just restrict myself to one block. And my purpose is on this show is like I'm just a voice, man. I'm just the average Joe, the voice of the average Joe.
Okay. That's my homeboy Nutty. You know what I'm saying? Not only is he just an average Joe, man, he's also a superstar rapper, man, which you can get up with him. Get the folks, before we start the show, Nutty, get the folks your information. Tell them what you got going on your latest projects.
Okay, you can find me on any music platform, Nutty the Gorilla. Gorilla Music Group is the label. I got a few songs popping right now. We got some more in the works. A few artists coming. Right now, the latest one is Serenity. Really go check that out. That I put a piece of my soul on that one for real. That's gonna touch on for a lot of people. You know that pressure there still. It is what it is, man. We keep it going.
You know, we play that pressure, man, every time we start the show off, man. You know, it's like what we do right now. We applying pressure to all these people that think that, you know, we just gonna sit back and let them do what they want to do without us having a voice in this shit, man. I look at that as the poor man's theme song.
Yeah, that's for sure. I apply a pressure in every situation, and so should you. You know what I'm talking about? Go hard or go home.
You know, also, man, we trying to make that song go gold, man, at least with just this group right here, man. This group of people that's in here, all our members, you know what I'm saying, that's a part of the show. That's what we trying to do, man. We trying to make that song Pressure explode. Hey, Crazy the Don, won't you let the people know who you are, where you coming from, and what you done?
Well, as you know, my name Crazy the Don. I'm the average Joe, for real, in transition. You know, I went from a gorilla corner boy to a bash boy, 110th soldier, um, to now I got a job, I work every day, and I'm just trying to better myself and better my family's situation, and I love my community, so I'm gonna be a voice for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be the one to step forward and get on the front line when it's time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I applaud you, brothers, man, for even coming on a show like this, because this show is very controversial. This show is not like the ordinary show that's on the internet trying to talk people out of their money, man. What we trying to do is talk some understanding into people. Like I said at the beginning of this show, we got a 16-year-old girl out there that then committed suicide, man. They committed suicide by hanging, bro. Who the fuck does that, man? Like, I read a study that said the average suicide within the black community is up, but the average suicide is by mail and by gun. Now, what makes this case different is it's done by hanging, by a belt. What you got to say about this type of death, my nigga Nutty?
It's definitely rare, and it seems like an impossible feat to like hang yourself by a tree with a belt, and especially for her being a female. I believe that it's a lot more to this that we don't know about and that they're not speaking about, and especially when it's dealing with that a community of that stature. It's like predominantly Caucasian. I mean, that's symbolic. You got a female hanging from a tree. That's throwback. That's something else, bro. That don't it just don't sit well with me. It don't seem like a suicide.
What you say about what I just said, crazy, the Don? Because the mom admitted that the girl was being bullied because she was a part of the LGBTQ community.
Okay, let me just say this, right? I fancy myself a scientist because I like to study things, right? I do a lot of reading and, I do a lot of trying to better myself. So, first, we got to look at the height of the tree versus the weight of the girl. And if you know, like how I know a lot of 16-year-old females do not have the upper body strength to pull themselves up, hold themselves there as they're tying belt onto the tree. That
Well,
I don't see. I agree with Nutty. I think this needs to be investigated more. Even if you were going through the stresses and the trials and tribulations of being bullied because of your sexual orientation, it would not seem like she could do something like that. Most suicides happen in the confines of what the person deems a safe space. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. Hey, well,
I don't see it.
check this out, man. This is according to the Daily News. The day before her death, Miller was attacked by multiple other teenagers. The Associated Press reported. Her mother said her daughter, a member of the LGBT community, was jumped by 5 white teens.
I thought she was I was under the impression that she got jumped the day of.
I was too, but now that I'm reading the Associated Press, I'm coming to find out um, it was the day before she was attacked by 5 white teens.
Can
What
I
do you
say
got?
this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say this? What was the emotional? Do anyone know what the emotional trigger was before? Well, prior to any suicide, you have an emotional trigger.
So
So,
she
what was the emotional trigger to get her to say, you know what, I'm better off without life?
so she supposedly got into it with her girlfriend. and that's how the whole
Yeah.
altercation began. And I believe that's how the other 4 or 5 people got involved in it also.
What? So you know a little bit more about this than me. What do you understand as far as the girlfriends and the other people that got involved?
I believe it was a lover's quarrel gone wrong. But like in that community, if see, they're not giving us all of the facts. So I'm speculating if her girlfriend was a white girl, you know what I mean? Then like that was like that's what caused the other girls to get in because she was already being bullied in the community for being first off gay and I'm pretty sure secondly for being black and Hopkinson, you know what I'm
Yeah, Massachusetts.
yeah. So it was like I believe they got into a little lovers quarrel, and people was already bullying her anyway, and just wanted to get into the business. And the white girl's friends, if it was a white girl, helped her out. Like when I'm heard from like news, it's like they had an altercation. So she was with her 2 buddies. They had those 2 buddies left, and the other 4 girls came, and then they had an altercation in some clubhouse. And then after the altercation, they still sat there for 20 other, and then the 4 girls left and got in the car with somebody. Like, it just don't add up.
Was it a
It really
racist?
doesn't.
Was it a racist attack? Crazy, the Don.
Family. I cannot speculate to that, but every element about it is really suspicious to me. For one, this is a child, right? We have seen where we had a Caucasian mother bully someone over the internet and told them to kill themselves. A child told them to kill themselves, and that has happened. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't no telling if it was because of her skin complexion. You know what I'm saying? But the method,
Pretty
I
sure.
definitely believe that has racist tones to it. Because, like I say, ain't no 16-year-old finna pull themselves up on a branch and hold themselves up as they tying the belt.
Nutty. The police said that there was no reason to believe that the other teams were in the area where the body was found. What do you have to say about that?
Of course, they said that. I mean, this. I mean, they've been doing this. They've been doing things like this for years. It's the trick, man. It's okay. We're gonna make sure. So you always they say you're innocent until proven guilty. Well, when it comes to us, we're guilty until we're proven innocent. When you turn the table around, they're always gonna protect their people first and foremost. They don't want that backlash in that type of community. Come on, man. You can just picture the headlines right now. 4 Caucasian girls strung a black girl up from a tree in Hopkinson. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you say the word hop? I can't say it. I can't. Well, I'm tongue tied a little bit, but come on.
Excuse me. Hey, excuse me. Crazy, the Don.
Yep.
What point does Nutty make?
He makes a really good point. You know what I'm saying? Because this was for white girls that supposedly attacked this sister. So I mean, it's not something that's way out there. This ain't nothing new. This been happening for generations and generations and generations. You know. Now the difference is they already know that they have this. We have this thing saying we not our ancestors. We not going for it. So of course they're going to try to protect their economy, their resources, um, where they live, who these people are. Of course they're going to try to protect them. So yeah, they'll mislead the public at all costs.
So at this point, we can all agree this was a racist attack.
So far, to me,
Seems to be the narrative. for a
Elab-
lot of incidents.
elaborate on that just a little bit more, Nutty.
I mean, see, it's really not good to speculate. Never. It's never
Yep.
good to speculate, especially when you don't have all the details. I don't have all the details but from what I see and what the media is putting out there, to me, it like my deductive reasoning telling me that was a racist attack, and that was like a big slap in the face. Nigga hang from the tree.
Let me ask you this, because just because it's 5 white girls, can 5 white girls genuinely bully a black girl without being racist?
Oh shit! Get a prostitute now, sell pussy. Yeah, man, come on, man. Let's be real. And what society do 5 white girls bully a black girl without it being some type of hints of, or racism there, or at least if not racism, some sort of bias. Not only is she black though, now let's not forget she's LGBT. That's also another reason for her to get bullied. You know what I'm saying?
So who should be flying a flag on this racist or sexist or homophobic attack? Should it be the black folks or should it be the LGBTQ community?
It should be all of America.
Now, let me say this. Go ahead, Nutty. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Who should be on the front line? Of course, it's gonna be black people, and everybody else just gonna watch and see what we do. It's always been like that. When we had to step in for the Chinese or the Asian community for civil rights, when we had to take the lead on for the Hispanics on civil rights, when we everybody else just sat back and watched. So it's going to have to be us.
Can I say this, Crazy?
And
Can I say this?
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, you have a point. You have definitely a point. Black folks have stuck their neck out for every race in the country. Little do they know or do they believe that we have, but our things have never just benefited black folks.
No, it's benefited everybody.
Not even a civil war, because that had underlying campaign. It had underlying things of the women's rights movement in there. They was fighting for equality at the same time that we was fighting for civil rights, and particularly white women, because like they wasn't getting the rights that they thought they were. So it was white women and black women fighting for women's rights at the same time as civil rights. So yeah, y'all right. Like we've been frontlining a lot of things, like, and it's always been in the background.
Which I'm gonna say this: that wasn't nothing but an undercover tactic to separate men and women. Because if you ever paid attention to it, right around that time, J. Edgar Hoover, they asked him a question: "What's the greatest threat to America?" And he said, the black family structure is the greatest threat to America.
No doubt.
So, if you do the study, you'll see.
You guys both have a great point. You know, I never thought of it in that way that you guys have articulated it to me. And I just want to say, I really appreciate you guys coming on here giving out y'all opinions every week, because our opinions matter. It don't matter if it touches one person a week. Our opinions make something happen in somebody else's life. You know what I'm saying? Because we passing down knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. For us to sit back and think that we not, it's crazy. Now check this out. We got a black man known as Kevin Samuels. Have you guys ever heard of Kevin Samuels?
Most definitely.
Most definitely. All right.
Hmm.
So Kevin Samuels is blowing up on YouTube faster than anybody else, and people are wondering why. Some people think it's the gay agenda because we have some people saying that Kevin Samuels is a gay man because he was caught taking his high school yearbook photos in some questionable poses. Not only that, he was part of the pep squad. He was also reportedly a cheerleader. And it's just, I'm not sure if we should look at the messenger and say the message is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because if we look at the black church, if I think about it, I say Kevin Samuels is less dangerous than the black church.
I agree.
All he's saying is be a man and be a woman. And men shouldn't want women bigger than halfbacks, fullbacks in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And acting like the men are weaker. That's what I get from Kevin Samuels. Men are not weak, black men especially. It's just like Brother Fatir Muhammad was on here last week, and he said that the black man can take the white man off the earth with just his sperm.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Which makes sense, because once you wed a white woman and you bear a black child, that's a black child. That's still not a white child. That's never gonna be a white child unless she decide to bring her genes back to the white side.
Real big.
But
Even if it wasn't, law says that he has that blood in him. That's still old. That's old law, but it's still on the books. He has what they call black blood in him, so he's black. You know what I'm saying? If you do the study on that, you will see that's in legal law. You know what I'm saying? They've taken brothers to court who could pass for white, and they because they found out that his one of his ancestors had that blood, they classified him as black.
crazy to done. Let's get back to the point. Why
Hmm.
are they calling Kevin Samuels gay? To try
Well,
to throw off his movement, as well as why are black women getting so involved within the destruction of a black man that happened to make money off of black women, but black women had the choice of not to even call in.
I'm gonna say this here, right? Whenever you're the first to try to do something, like he's really trying to talk reason into people because women have this incredibly high standard that a lot of brothers don't meet these requirements. You know what I'm saying? And yet still life needs to continue. Not everybody can be get six figures, drive umpteen cars, and have several homes. You know what I'm saying? It's really this standard that women have now that I need to spend my money and I need to spend your money and your money is my money, but my money is still gonna be mine and you can't have it.
Crazy to
When
done.
it takes
Hey,
two to
whoa,
have a household.
hold on.
Go
Crazy
ahead.
to done.
Yep.
Since when have black women needed that to be with a black man?
They didn't, but it's this generation that really thinks that, they need all of these things instead of trying to help in the situation to make it better for the next generation. It's not about what we can do for our future. It's about what we can do for right now. Self gratification.
Crazy the done. Let me explain to you this. All right. So I
Go ahead.
listened to Kevin Samuels. He's talking to not the average black person getting on the bus. He's talking to the black person in the BMW living in the condominium.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Or owning 4 or 5 properties. He's talking about a black woman that's very attractive, a black man that's very handsome. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's not talking about the average black woman that you bump into walking down the street. So let's get
Right.
that right. See, people think that. See, that's the thing. A lot of average black women get on Kevin Samuels' show. A lot of average black women get on his show and want this particular male, but they're not the woman that the man wants. The man wants a woman that's very beautiful, like Pimp C said. Top notch hoes get the most, not the lesser.
Yeah.
Like Pimp C said. You know what I'm saying? Pimp C didn't lie. Kevin Samuels not lying. So my thing is, why is corporate America trying to say this is our leader, a metrosexual male, maybe homosexual? You know what I'm saying? But he's not the average guy. Kevin Samuels is like 6'3", play basketball. You know what I'm saying? All
Mm-hmm.
that shit. 50 years old, beat cancer. Why is he not strong?
It's me.
Because you,
Why is
Oh,
he gay? Why
go
is
ahead.
he not strong?
You got to look at it like this here. Society nowadays wants to portray the black male as being feminine, as putting on dresses and wigs and being weird and shit. They don't want to see male that's strong. So when you have a strong opinion about things and you voice it, first thing they're gonna try to do is water down your message. It's something wrong with them. Look, we got these old pictures. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Now, if you know anything about human evolution, you know as you get older, your mindset evolves. You hear what I'm saying? I don't care if he was gay or not, if he was bisexual or not. What is the message that he's bringing? That's
Excuse
what
me,
I
crazy.
care about. And can it make two? Go ahead.
Let me cut in, bro. Let me cut in.
Go ahead.
I have to cut in because not only was it just a couple of pictures that showed Kevin Samuels as being like a softer side of a male, he also
Yeah.
said that he enjoyed dancing. He was a part of the pep club.
Hmm.
He was like a cheerleader, and given that these photos was taken back in the 70s, maybe or early 80s, and
Uh huh.
he may have looked like Babyface. Because believe me, when people say that these guys dress gay nowadays, right? I say no,
Yeah.
nigga, go back to the 70s. Look at the Isley brothers. Look at they photos in the 70s. Look at the Isley brothers. Look at T Connection. Look at Teddy Pendergrass. All them niggas dress gay. You know what I'm saying? All them niggas had on some. Them niggas back in the 70s had on way more skin tight than the niggas now.
look at Prince, nigga.
Them niggas
Yeah.
in the 70s had on way more skin tight than the niggas nowadays. Them niggas invented leather
Right.
pants. Them niggas invented leather pants back in the 70s. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
So I also say that, but I'm saying that to say this. Kevin Samuels, he's a different type of brother. He was a part of the pep club. He was functional in high school. You know what I'm saying? We were not.
So
So we got two different brothers that we dealing with. Why does he have to be gay? Because he took some pictures like the Isley brothers would take, like Teddy Pendergrass would take, in the pose that Teddy Pendergrass would take back in the time and era when Teddy Pendergrass was out.
so basically what you're telling me is he basically lived like three or four different lifetimes. Like what I mean by that is like, he
But
has
he's
accomplished so
50.
much.
He's 50 something years
Okay.
old.
Okay. But what
So
I'm saying is
maybe he have lived
what I'm
three or four
saying is
black lifetimes.
yeah, what I'm saying is though that basically, people go through transitions where, You go with trends, you go with styles, but the mindset changes. You know what I'm saying? So what if he was on the pep squad? So what? So what? What is he? What is his? What is he capable of mentally? What can he leave to the future? What can he? You know what I'm saying? What is the overall about all that, and how does that? What you all that you just said? How does that play a part into him as a person today?
Well, let me throw this in your head real quick, crazy. Can a gay
Yep.
man lead a straight man into just being straight, or give
You
advice to a
know,
straight man?
I'm gonna say this right. If that brother can sit down and partake in giving me some wisdom, then I'm gonna sit there and listen to him. Now we gonna keep it on the up and up. We gonna talk like men. We gonna talk. But the moment I start to feel a weird vibe, then that's when everything becomes weird, and I can no longer uh come around and be in your presence and talk to you. You know what I'm
I can
saying?
understand that.
Because
Hey, look. I can understand that
go ahead.
because I'm not saying this, right? All right, I'm not saying you go and listen to advice from a transvestite. I'm saying from a transgender person. He told me how to grab my nuts, but I'm saying
No,
a
no.
man that will, we know when you think of a gay man in the black community, especially, you think of like a transvestite or you know what I'm saying? Just a real feminine gay person like Magic Johnson's son, But it's a lot of men
Yeah,
that are manly men that prefer having sex with men. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. That's another issue. It's different shades to this LGBTQ whatever community. You know what I'm saying? It's 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 a lot of shit that goes on with it. It's not just
yeah,
the obvious. If it was the obvious, we can understand it a little bit better. But by it not being the obvious, that's why they add the plus. You know what I'm saying? Because you
hmm,
never know what the fuck you dealing with. You could be dealing with a motherfucker that got a whole pussy or fat old ass. You know what I'm saying? And then all the time, and no Adam's apple. All type of shit to a motherfucker with an Adam's apple with gigantic feet. You know what I'm saying? With a big dick.
yeah,
The situation we talking about with Kevin Samuels, being gay or not, he's portraying himself as a man.
right.
He's not portraying himself as a girl. So maybe we can get some advice from somebody that's gay, but the people that's giving them the most black backlash are black women. You know what I'm saying? Black women
Yeah,
are the people that's bullying Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care if he's is gay, he's portraying himself as a man. You know what I'm saying? So
hmm,
so 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 if he's gay, he's portraying himself as a man. He's giving out great advice. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with that? My thing is, why are black women just so hard on a person like Kevin Samuels? And they trying to get him out of growing bigger than he is right now. He's gonna be the first YouTuber that do a lot. You know what I'm saying? To actually get a
yeah.
show.
Hey, it's like
But YouTubers are making combos. Look at what's his name, Jake Paul. Putting ourselves out here is the next thing to being great.
I believe I I know you ain't asked, but I gotta say it. God damn it. People don't like the truth, bro. And Sammy, man, Sammy put it out there like it is. Sometimes the truth hurts. You heard that before. You know what I'm saying? So those women
Yep.
that are butthurt about that shit, they feel the most affected by it. They don't want to see somebody telling the truth and kill their dream, shatter their dream. Nobody likes a dream shatterer. You know what I mean? You telling me I can't have what I want because of this, that, and the other, and then he pointing out their flaws. Like essentially, he's bullying their self esteem. So he's combating their self esteem. So what are you doing to fight? You fight back, and this is the only way they know how to fight back. You know what I mean? Like I don't
I disagree.
know what he doing.
I disagree with you, Nutty, because I don't think he's bullying their self esteem. I think he's forcing a lot of people to actually look in the mirror instead of always trying to play a role. See, because you
Force,
got to look at it. You got to look at it. A lot
force.
of women, just hear me out. A lot of women like to play a role, right? They like to be this high maintenance, oh, you can't afford me type of person. You know what I'm saying?
Agree.
When in reality, right? Reality, a lot of people is on Section 8, but they'll tell you they own their own house. A lot of people is getting money from child support and food stamps, and they doing a lot, but they go to the club every weekend, like, and really be talking
Agree.
about they buying bottles and all of this stuff, but they're not doing anything to earn their own money. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed. What I'm when I
You hear what
said
I'm saying?
when I say he's bullying their self esteem, I'm agreeing with you. You say he's forcing them to look into the mirror. Yes, that's
Right.
a bullying, forcing somebody to do something that they don't want to do. So
Yeah.
essentially, he's bullying their self esteem. He's making it come up out of them, and they like, oh hell no, we got to get him out of here because he's making us look at ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You know, the thing is,
True.
I think this. All right, excuse me, brothers. I think this. I think Kevin Samuels is showing men, black men, and the government don't like it. This my personal thoughts. It's showing black men they can live on their own without a woman and have their own things and be better because he's a great example of a single man in my eyes, gay or straight or whatever. He's a great example of just a single man.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Because he lives singly. He's in a city. He's high valued by the people that enjoy him because he's self-made.
Okay.
So he's high valued by people that enjoy him. Like us. If we get out here on these streets, we do this shit for a year, you gonna realize like, damn, Nutty got fans. You know what I'm saying? Nutty got fans. Nutty got people that want to add to Nutty's greatness. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
And
Crazy got fans. You know what I'm saying? Low got fans.
not to cut you off, but I see that already. Without even this, like the whole transition from me me running the streets to me coming home and doing shit the right way. That's what I was saying. Like I see the different caliber of women in the way that they treat you, depending or try to treat you, depending on what you have and what you have not. Game recognize game. They recognize his game, and they don't want his game to be better than their game because their game has been going on for years. So we cut off the head and kill a body. They're gonna always slander a black man that's uplifting other black men. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's just that's the sad truth. Anytime we have a black man that try to get you to uplift yourself as a black man, they're gonna find a reason to slander his name so you can so that so the average person who doesn't do the knowledge will shun him. Like, oh, I shouldn't have been listening to him anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I know. Crazy. Elaborate.
I'm gonna tell you, I like Kevin Samuels' content. I like his content. It gives you a different perspective. And at the end of the day, that's all his content is giving you a totally different perspective. Now, you can either go with it or you can ride against it. I mean, it's up to you. You're the person. You are the one that's in control. If you go move on from what he's talking about and go over here, it is not for you to sit back and say, hey, I'm gonna down him because I feel like he's talking to me. I was told as a youngster, right? Nothing can hurt you. If a person says something to you, if it don't apply to you, let it fly. You don't have to comment on everything somebody says.
Exactly.
Point blank.
Exactly.
Why are you tearing him down? Why you want to tear him down? What is the point to it?
Nutty.
He got a right to speak his mind.
Nutty. Let me ask you a question. Is it a plot do you feel that black women are plotting to tear Kevin Samuels down? Because that's what a lot of people are thinking. It's black women, sisters like Cynthia G and others, that's trying to tear a platform down like Kevin Samuels, and it's all because that he's telling black men to stand up on their own.
I believe it's. I believe this is systematic, and black women are being used to tear that man down. Because, like Crazy said in the beginning, who's the biggest enemy? Crazy. Who did they say the biggest enemy was?
Oh, there's so many ways I could go with that, fam. But
And
you
so,
know,
with that
I
in
did say it early.
with that in mind,
I did say it.
you use the woman against the man, and that creates further distance, separation,
Divide.
divide and conquer.
For those who is just tuning in now, I definitely said that they asked J. Edgar Hoover who is the biggest threat to America, and he said the black family power structure. So if we could keep the men over here and the women at their throat and the men at their throat,
Systematic.
yes, sir.
Wow, what you about to say is powerful, very powerful. You know, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
This
See,
is
hey, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Just to even think
Why?
about.
Because
No. Just to
go
even
ahead.
think about. Just to even think about the fact of what y'all are saying is true. You feel me? Like it leaves
Yeah.
a bad taste in my mouth, crazy. Hey, look. So what we got to do is what? Because I got a situation I need y'all to talk about with me.
Go ahead.
We got the mayor of Atlanta, the mayor of the blackest city, the most positive, futuristic blackest city in the world. Black female mayor. You know what I'm saying? See, this is the thing that Kevin Samuels talk about. These black females, man, they can't do it, but they think they strong. You know, they think they stronger than a man. And guess what happened in Atlanta? The
What?
black female mayor just gave up, just quit. Just say, hey, shit, after my first term, I quit. It's too hard dealing with niggas. It's too hard, right? It's
Mm,
too dangerous dealing with the streets. You're dealing with, think about Atlanta. We got the most, no matter what anybody say, Atlanta is supposed to be the best city for black people in the world. We got a black mayor quitting. We got Chicago, a racist city, and we got the mayor, black female, saying like, I ain't finna quit, cause we stand in our own pockets. In Atlanta, black folks in the rich neighborhood shooting up shit. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Black folks in the rich neighborhood shooting up shit, having shootouts, robbing people. Somebody came up there that wasn't supposed to be there and he robbed somebody. You know what I'm saying? Broke a car window,
mm.
stole some shit. He wasn't even supposed to be there. He was just there. So that's what they deal with in Atlanta. And a black female mayor gave the fuck up. Gave up. What type of shit? Listen, what example is that? What sense does that make? What type of example was that for a black female mayor of a black city to give up? Say shit, after January 7th, I'm gone. First, this is my first term. I'm out of there. I ain't got time to deal with these criminals that run the city. Rappers run the city. They all criminals. That's what she said. They gotta get together in Atlanta before they all get indicted. They about to start getting indicted. If the mayor quit, what the fuck? You feel me? The niggas that really run the city need to worry about that shit.
Let me
If
let me say this, right?
if the mayor
I
quit,
don't think
the niggas that rub elbows with the mayor and say
uh
we gonna take care of this black city, the Democrats,
right.
they need to understand what's going on. Because the mayor ain't quit for no reason. The mayor said, shit, let me get the hell up out of here. Let me get the hell up out of here. Because guess what? You dealing in a whole black city. That bitch, I wouldn't be surprised even if she quit. That she still, like, she finna get some years. She might get indicted.
Might.
Why
Let
would
me
she
say this,
quit
right?
out the blue?
Let me say this, right? I'm gonna answer that. You
Can
gotta
black,
remember
look, in the year 2021, 2020, can black folks really successfully have a city that's ran and operated by black people?
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. Now let me
Why?
say this, right? You
Like,
gotta remember one thing.
what
Oh,
city would you want to?
oh,
What city would you want to live in that's ran and operated by black people?
my home city, Chicago. I would prefer every city to be like that, but I mean, I gotta
The
be realistic.
to be
But
what? To
this
be
the
the
thing:
be the murder rate?
be ran, operated, and controlled by my people.
Also,
But that's just
also being fucked up by your people. Yo, people,
that's gonna
that's
have
the
a
reason why
hold,
the mayor
hold,
left. Crazy,
hold.
hold on, crazy. That's the reason why the mayor finna get up out of office. It's because she's not finna deal with these niggas. Million dollar
Number
niggas.
one.
No, 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 no. Hold on, crazy. Think
Oh
about
my
it.
God.
$1 million niggas killing $1 million niggas. It don't make no sense. If you can't be the mayor
Okay.
of Atlanta, how the fuck you can be the mayor of Chicago when they got their own sides of town? Atlanta is the example of black excellence. Why the fuck we can't get along?
Now let me talk. Can I talk? Now, number one, I'm gonna say this, right? Politics is a dirty game. Very dirty. You got people playing the sides on each side. You got people playing. So number two, right? You got the shit going on. Don't sit there and act like what's going on is just being portrayed by black people. There's people of every ethnic group playing this game. Street game, politic game, it's all the fuck the
But
same. You got
why
people
would the
playing
mayor
this
of
shit.
Atlanta
Now,
quit though?
now,
That's the easy. She
number
was an easy shoe-in for the next election. She gave up on her first term. That's what I'm saying. She was an easy
number three,
shoe-in for the next election. She got tired of dealing with the niggas in the community. Nutty, can I get some
number
insight
th-
on this?
I've been a politician my whole life, just a different type of politician. And one thing I learned about politics, everything for everybody. She probably got a taste of it and was like, "This ain't for me," and got out the way, bro. You just have to do that sometimes.
So you don't think it has nothing to do with the Atlanta politics within the city, the black politics, because black people feel like that she gave up on them.
People,
say that, dear.
people in general always feel some type of way when they don't get what they want or when they don't get what they think they deserve. You know what I mean? If that lady knew she couldn't handle the job and like got out the way.
The lady was a attorney, a judge. She was a judge.
She couldn't handle being a mayor.
Exactly, because you know why? Because it's a democratic city with democratic people involved in the city, and they fucked it up for her being the mayor. They fucked it up. They fucked the best black city up for the best black person. She was also considered to be a VP nominee.
Sometimes a mechanic can't run a auto repair shop. He just know how to fix cars.
And sometimes people don't want to deal with the politics of the cities like Chicago and Atlanta and Miami. You know what I'm saying? But when you get to more Latin towns, they more together than we are. They are more together together in a Latin place than a black place. So of course the mayor, if she don't want to get indicted, go to jail, be arrested, of course she don't want to get the fuck up out of there at one time. She see that 2 Chainz want to give you $200,000 for you to leave him alone.
Even if she don't want to go to jail, who can be mad at her for getting herself out that jail?
See, that's what they saying. And I'm glad you brought that up to me. Crazy, what you think about this whole situation in Atlanta with the mayor? First term, she's getting up out of there.
Well, I was gonna say number 3.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this before you say that. I'm gonna say this before you say that. Everybody ain't built for everything, right? No. That's true. But at the same time, though, this is the mayor's office, man. She can't deal with these niggas, man. She can't deal with these niggas doing this nigga shit. She's gonna go to jail. You know what I'm saying? She's thinking like that. She's an attorney. She's an ex-judge. She's gonna go to jail. She ain't got time to run Chocolate City.
Hey, Lo, what you say? She can't deal with these niggas doing this nigga shit?
Right, yeah.
Look. She a black woman. It's a difference between being a black woman and being a nigga, my nigga.
No. You know what they doing down there? What I'm getting is it might be some bribery type shit. Break the law just a little bit, bend the law.
She ain't with it.
Right, and I ain't mad at her. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm not mad at her protecting her ass.
Not only her ass, her whole family, her future, her husband. Her husband even said, like, whatever you do, don't make me lose my good job. You know what I'm saying?
That sound like some nigga shit. You feel me? That sound like some nigga shit. When he said that sounded nothing but niggerish. To me, that sound like me and you. Like, damn, bitch, you won the mayor? You actually did it? You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, I guess I got a good job. I'm a machine operator. I make $30 an hour, sir. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I felt like when I heard the whole shit. And she was like, shit, her husband like, you know what, man? Like, now you been the mayor. You done con these people out of making you the mayor. Let's go ahead on and make a TV show or write a book. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more after being the mayor than to go get arrested and being like it's less because you spend time when you can spend time doing other opportunities. You know what I'm saying? She gave up the mayorship of the city of Atlanta, and I feel like the niggas made her give it up. 2 Chainz, everybody in Atlanta, Lil Durk, Memo 600, they made her give up the mayor spot because she's tired of it. Murders are up like 60%.
No doubt, but she also commented on like the biggest cyber attack in Atlanta history. Like that was during her term, and she didn't know how to deal with that. Like that, you know, she said other things besides murders and people killing each other. She said it was the biggest cyber attack that even affected the previous people that was in office before her. Like this been going on for so long that she caught the back end of some shit that was already.
Hey. Well, all I can say about that is every politician always says that the problem was before them, but that's not my thing. I'm not sure about the biggest cyber attack. I'm just talking about the fact that I heard that the street level niggas are in bed with the mayor in Atlanta. Street level niggas.
Level niggas are in the bed with the mayor in every city.
Right, but at the same time, though, so guess who's finna be the new mayor of Atlanta? It appears that a conservative white woman will be the next mayor because guess what? Black people are fed up with dealing with black people's shit. Can we just keep it 1,000? Black people are fed up dealing with black people's shit, and she can no longer be the mayor of Atlanta because of nigga shit and nigga laws and policies. At one moment, she's not black enough. At the next moment, she's the FBI agent, all this shit. What's up, Nutty? What you got to say?
I'm fucking with Crazy. Man, that shit bigger than me and black, man. There's Latinos there, Caucasians there. She ain't doing all that shit by herself. She got a whole board and whole
Thank you.
with her, bro. Like, she just a puppet.
Everything ain't for everybody, right?
Remember?
So I don't believe that it was just the black people just fed up with black people stuff. I'm not gonna go with that. I believe the pressures of the job got to her and she wasn't built for that pressure. Just like the song. We applied pressure. They applied pressure to her. So I
Wow.
mean she moved around. Cause that ain't what she capable of. That ain't what she built for. She's a lawyer. She's a judge, like you said. So she used to running things and applying pressure to other people. So when the pressure got applied to her, what she do? Okay, this ain't for me. Let me move around. Shoe was on the other foot. Feel where I'm coming from?
Definitely.
Where I'm at, we got a judge up here. She gave her husband money to invest in private prisons and everything. She with the shit because she sent up team 100 Latinos to private prisons and made a buku amount of money. So that's her turn. That's what she into. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you gonna have corruption wherever you are. It doesn't matter if it's the blackest city in America or if it's the whitest city in America. It's all gonna be connected to the same source. Money. How can I get it and what can I do to keep it?
Money and power, boy. Always.
That's exactly my point.
I ain't
It ain't
falling short.
because motherfucker. It ain't because motherfuckers in the blackest city and the black people was down there doing too much. Motherfucker. America was built on doing too much.
All right. I'm just saying this though. It's only so much that America can do in the big city that's controlled by blacks the way Atlanta is. It's only so much that a black person can do as the mayor in a city like Atlanta before they be indicted by the federal government. Period. Please listen, think about it. Chicago, New York, Atlanta, North Carolina. It's only so much a black mayor can do. Detroit, I just watched the whole documentary and they had that the guy that played the police chief in Beverly Hills Cop, the black dude, was actually a police officer that was corrupt in actually Detroit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What that nigga name
I
was?
get it.
Right, like goddamn, like I couldn't believe that shit. Like the dude that was in Beverly Hills Cops was an actual police officer that was corrupt and that ran all the gangs in the whole city. He was black. And I understand the politics of working with a black city. Working with a black city is different than it's different than being a white officer and a black officer, bro. It's different being a white officer and a black officer. Do you believe that, Nutty?
Do I believe it's a difference between being a black officer and a white officer?
Yeah.
I believe it's a difference between being a black man and a white man in any fucking spectrum. So that's not even a question. Yeah, of course.
Can you successfully run a black city as a black person?
Well, I've never been a mayor. I can't speculate on that. But what I can say is that as far as the street politics, you can always tell the difference. You can always tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? If I can handle the pressures of being on the level that I was on before the feds came and got me and all that, I think I could pretty much navigate between the people in a city that I'm the mayor of, you know, because wherever you go, it's always gonna be sharks in the water, no matter what level you on. Always gonna be sharks in the water. Now the question is, if you're a person in the water that's bleeding, how are you gonna control that blood flow? Same way with the city. How are you gonna control the blood flow that goes through the city? Blood being the money and all that. How are you gonna keep jobs coming in, how you gonna manage the budget, how you going, you know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be something that's going to happen that's going to test you in any position.
Wow.
She couldn't
That
manage the position she was in. That's all.
that made a lot of sense right there. So Nutty, the
That's what
mayor
I'm here for.
the mayor left her position because she couldn't handle it. That's what you saying too?
Said she figured out she wasn't built for it. Yep, exactly what I'm saying.
It was just the wrong black person.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with being black. It just got some people know it's leads and lanes. It's lanes. You got to know your lane, bro.
There you go.
She knew her lane. She got in the lane that she thought she could handle. Figured out she couldn't handle it. Got out the way.
She did the right thing.
For her,
I mean,
There you
that
go.
is it. Can they lose a spot or political? Can black folks lose a political position because of this? It might not matter. You're right. She's only a mayor.
who knows, man? Politics is a crazy game. She was in there. You said she was a shoe-in, so that means she had it automatically either way it went. You know what I mean? So
Right, and that's why I
You
said
know,
that.
now, I just hope that with that don't come the same thing that happened to Jesse Jackson, where he ran for president and it was 50, almost 60 years later that we had Barack Obama become president. I just hope that that doesn't sour the next generation and generation after that on thinking that they can be more than just what it is.
Closing argument. My homeboy Nutty.
he said, close the argument. I closed them already. Where you
Hey man, I appreciate y'all two brothers, man, coming on the show. Talking about this couple of stories right here. It's gonna help somebody. Don't think that we are doing this type of stuff in vain, bro. Like this is more
Most
important.
definitely.
This is more important than anything we doing right now, man. Just being on this show, man. People are looking at us, bro, like we really actually making some shit happen, bro. Wheels are spinning. You know what I'm saying? And when we look at it like that, we got to understand that these wheels are spinning. We got more things to do. We got more subjects to talk about. Because like we say, man, we're applying pressure. We're applying pressure, bro. And we're applying pressure to black media. We're applying pressure to the system as well. So while we here and we're applying pressure and we want us to be like this gonna live on. We all gonna be gone. This gonna live on. These
Yes,
videos,
sir.
these videos are gonna live on. We might be philosophers in 100 years. Socrates. No, like no, it might be a statue. You know what I'm saying? And crazy. You never know what's the vast rewards of doing anything, especially of giving wisdom and knowledge. So I'm glad y'all brothers came on the show tonight, and I'm glad y'all brothers was here, and I appreciate y'all opinions and y'all arguments about everything. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it going, man. We are gonna be those type of people.